In breaking news that I will not be sharing with my son who just got over his fear of flying, a Singapore Airlines flight had such severe turbulence out of nowhere that 70 people were injured and one person was actually killed. So there was a Boeing 777 traveling from London to Singapore with nearly 230 passengers and crew on board. And at about 10 hours into the flight, while passing over Myanmar at 37,000 feet, it encountered sudden extreme turbulence. With one passenger later telling Reuters, "Suddenly the aircraft started tilting up and there was shaking, so I started bracing for what was happening, and very suddenly there was a very dramatic drop." And while some media outlets have said that the plane plummeted 6,000 feet, that's not true. With Flight Radar 24 pointing out that was actually a standard descent and the turbulence came before that. So as far as what really happened, the plane suddenly dipped, then swung back up a few hundred feet, dipped again, climbed again, and then finally settled back at a cruising altitude. And all of that happening in about 90 seconds, which was obviously more than enough time to cause chaos. I mean, anyone who wasn't wearing a seatbelt immediately got thrown into the ceiling. With a passenger, again, telling Reuters, some people hit their heads on the baggage cabins overhead and dented it. They hit the places where lights and masks are and broke straight through it. And I mean, he's right. You can see parts of the ceiling and luggage compartments broken or collapsed in photos. With another passenger telling the BBC, "The thing I remember the most is seeing objects and things flying through the air. I was covered in coffee." And another adding, "I hit my head on the ceiling. My wife did. Some poor people who were walking around ended up doing somersaults." As well as a third saying, "I heard that there was a guy hitting the roof in the toilet and he was injured quite badly too." And so the plane made an emergency landing in Bangkok soon afterward. And as for the one fatality, we know that it is a 73-year-old British man. And while the exact cause of death is not known yet, we have learned that he did have a heart condition. And as for the 71 reported injuries, only 6 of those are serious as of recording, or with the rest mostly getting cuts and bruises and probably just PTSD for the rest of your life. You know, with this story, I do want to note for you, severe turbulence is extremely rare, but it's also my job to tell you that reportedly because of climate change, it is going to make it more common during this century, which is a fun little thing I wish I didn't know, but now we both know it.